Hey guys, it's me, Miss Tasha from Tasha Sewing Tutorials, and it's Saturday, so you know what that means. It means it's time to wrap up our week for our challenge, our mini challenge for this week's Fall Fashion Challenge. And our mini challenge for this week was to make a pair of, well, actually two pair of pants. And if you are a woman who does not wear pants, you have the option of making a skirt or a dress, or two skirts or two dresses instead. I made two pair of pants. I did not stick with the plan that I had to begin with. I had intended on making a pair of wide leg pants and a jumpsuit. I didn't make the jumpsuit because I was crunched for time, but I did make a pair of wide leg pants and a pair of trousers. And I think I'm going to go ahead and make the jumpsuit anyway during the catch-up week that we have. In our schedule, we have a catch-up week. So anyone that gets behind on a project, you can go ahead and catch up and do that during our catch-up week. So if you did not make two pair of pants or two skirts or whatever you were going to make this week, don't fret. You can go ahead and move on to the next stage in the mini challenge of next week, and you can go back and catch the second pair of pants during our makeup week if you would like it to do it that way, and that way we can all stay on task together. Well, anyway, with that being said, I'm going to show you first of all the pattern that I used to make these pants that I drafted. I self-drafted this pattern using my own measurements. And honestly, this is the very first time that I've actually made a real pair of pants myself to wear, using my own, well, using my, at all, not even just using my measurements. I've never done it. The only other pair of pants I've ever made for myself was a pair of yoga pants, which aren't exactly the same thing as making a pair of trousers or jeans or wide leg pants or something like that. Well, I'm going to show you what the pattern looked like first, because I didn't show you last week. Remember, I was having technical difficulties. This is what it looks like. And this is the first pair of pants that I made with that pattern. And this pair of pants is made with the pattern as it is originally, not altered in any way. Now, the second pair of pants that I'm about to show you, I actually altered the pattern a bit because there was a repeating pattern on here on the fabric that I used. I didn't want to have to go through the trouble of matching the pattern up so it can look properly when I make the pants. So what I did was I merged the front pant and the back pant of the pattern together to make one pattern piece for that pair of pants. In hindsight, I realized what I probably should have did is went ahead and matched the pattern pieces together, make it as it was, and match up the pattern together that was on the fabric. But it turned out pretty good, except for it's too short, so I'm going to have to go back and add 6 more inches to the bottom, which I think I'm going to do by adding a solid brown on the bottom and adding a solid brown patch pocket to tie it in, because I like to wear heels. And yeah, these pants, when I made them to my exact measurements, and I did not think to add the 6 inches to it to accommodate my heels, because I wear 6-inch heels most of the time because I'm short, and that's my height equalizer, my 6-inch heels. And also, I'm probably going to go back and taper the legs down a little bit to make a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more shape in the derriere area, because as it is right now, they just go straight down. And I want them to go kind of like that, like a pair of pants are supposed to do. Well, anyway, enough of me talking about that. Here is the picture to go along with the description I just gave you. And now that I've made these pair of pants, I've learned a lot of things when it, because as you guys already know, that what I normally do is make clothes for children, and making pants for an adult is not as nearly the same as making pants for a child, because we have more curves than children do. So, but I did learn a lot. I learned to make sure to add the extra length for your heels if that's what you intend to do, wear heels with these pants. I learned how to make a curved waistband, because when you curve your waistband at the top, it conforms to your waist nicer than you would if your waistband was to match your pants exactly. And that works pretty well for those of us who have a smaller waist and wider hips. Kind of, us hourglass shaped women and us pear shaped women. We have a smaller waist and a larger hip span. So that rounded waistband, it makes the difference between an okay fit and an excellent fit. I learned that as well. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and make a video showing how to sew pair of pants together, because a lot of people were saying that they didn't think, in the comments in the Facebook group, that they thought maybe making a pair of pants was hard, when actually it's not hard at all. It's extremely easy. I think maybe the most difficult part would be putting in the zipper, and even that's not even that hard, actually, to tell you the truth. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make a video on how to actually construct a pair of pants. And in that video, I'm also going to be showing how to do a French seam and maybe a failed seam as well. I know for a fact I'm going to show you how to make a French seam, because that's how I do my pants. I always do a French seam on the outer seam. And 9 times out of 10, I will do a failed seam on the inseam and on the crotch area. But I'm not sure if I want to show that yet, but I know for a fact I'm going to show the French seam. So that will be another technical video that I do next week when I make a pair of pants for my daughter. And yeah, that's enough of me talking about that. I would like to also show you some pictures that were made by some of the members in the Facebook group, support group for this challenge. And if you would like to become a member of the Facebook group for this challenge, you can go ahead and look in the description box, and there will be a link. Now, you're probably too late to catch up for the pants portion of this challenge, but if you join now, you can always make up your pants during the makeup week. So go ahead and click on that link, and you can join the fun. And you can join an awesome support group, but the support group is for sewing challenges only. At this time, there is not a group that I personally host for answering questions that are sewing related in general. But I am thinking about doing that in the future. I don't know. It depends on what's in store for me in the future. Well, anyway, enough about me rambling on. Here are some pictures from the group. I just have to say that I am extremely, extremely proud of everyone who participated in this challenge. There are a lot of people in the group that made pants for the very first time from a pattern or from their own measurements or just sewing in general. And I think everybody did an awesome job. You can look at all of these pairs of pants and you wouldn't even know that they were their first time sewing a project. I can guarantee you, you cannot look at these pictures and tell who has done it for the first time or who has done it multiple times. They all did a great job. So I'm going to give everybody a hand. And go ahead, like I said, look in the description box and join the group, and you can get your project featured in the video as well. Now, to go ahead and wrap up this week's challenge, next I'm going to go ahead and talk about next week's challenge. Okay, the next challenge in our fall fashion challenge, the next mini challenge, if you're a woman, is to make two dresses. If you are a man, you are going to use this week to make 2 additional pair of pants for yourself. Now, when you make a dress, if you're going to be drafting your own pattern to do this, if you're taking this as a challenge to make pattern drafts, all you need actually is a skirt draft and a bodice draft. And when you put these two together, you automatically have a dress. Now, if you want to change the style of the dress, all you have to do is modify the skirt. So you can have a circle skirt, A-line skirt, a peg skirt, whatever you want to do on the bottom, a gathered skirt, and then you can attach that skirt to the bodice, and you have your dress. Or you can just take your basic skirt pattern and change the bodice. You can change the neckline, the sleeves, sleeveless, or you can add waistband. There's so many things that you can do. Princess seams, there's so many things you can do with a simple bodice pattern and a simple basic skirt pattern. And you can make tons of dresses. Because that's basically what a dress is, a skirt and a bodice put together, and there you go, you have a dress. So whatever you want to do, you can either make your own pattern, purchase a pattern, you can buy some fabric and freestyle it, drape it, whatever you want to do, have fun with it, and post your pictures and enjoy. And if you have any questions, you know you can always come to the group and ask questions, and we will help each other out the best we can like we've been doing. And men, go ahead and sew out those trousers, and that way you'll have four new pair of pants for your fall season. So that's it. Once again, as usual, have fun and happy sewing.